Hi, my name is Vicky. I'm 19. I have elevator phobia. To put it simply, I'm scared of elevators. How did it begin? I'll now tell you the story. Do you have a best friend? Have you heard of the theory that says amongst a pair of friends, there is always the beautiful friend and the ugly one? Well, unfortunately, I'm the latter. My best friend Phoebe has long, beautiful legs, hair like that of a model, teeth are like pearls, her eyes are the color of a sea wave, and everything else is corresponding. Well, if about me, then I have short legs, a big nose, a teenage body, a strange facial shape, hair so thin that I can brush them with 3 fingers, and I won't say anything about my teeth. But as it said, love hurts, and it's probably the same in regards to friendship. Me and Phoebe grew up together. We played at the same park, went to the same school. We were also neighbours. We lived in the same apartment building. She was 1 floor above mine. So, as you can understand, we were destined to become friends. Our building was really old, so there was always something breaking here. I can't remember a single month in my life that everything was fine. Either a light bulb burns out, or a window gets stuck, or a railing falls off, or the elevator breaks down, or the pipes need fixing. So we constantly had to call a plumber, carpenter, or an electrician, or somebody else. One fantastic day, I had to call the repairman. Such a handsome guy came that my heart almost jumped. His name was Daniel. He was in first year university and was working on the side. While Daniel repaired the pipe, I was imagining our wedding and our children. All in all, I irrecoverably fell in love, and something unexpected for me happened. He also liked me. He invited me to get a coffee, and it all began. This was my first serious relationship, and it was very important for me. I wasn't sure that I'd ever find another man like him, but I couldn't relax and enjoy life. I was being followed by fear. I only thought of one thing, that he mustn't meet my beautiful friend Phoebe. I decided to keep Daniel a secret from her. I'll tell you, it was not at all easy. Phoebe was constantly near me. She was super interested in meeting my first boyfriend. She asked about him, how he looks, what he wears, even how he kisses. It was just impossible to withstand. She would also peep into my phone when I texted him. I knew that I wouldn't be able to keep Daniel hidden from my crazy, beautiful friend. And then it indeed happened. But I could never have imagined what happened, even in my worst dreams. During one of our dates, I invited Daniel to come over. I planned to do some romantic movie watching. I knew that Phoebe wouldn't be home, as she had gone to IKEA for a new cabinet, so I was sure we wouldn't cross paths. Imagine my surprise and panic when we bumped into her in the hall. She was carrying the bags and cabinet by herself. It looked pitying, but also very attractive. A tired Phoebe in a light dress and with a good-looking décolletage. And of course, Daniel decided to help her carry her things. I was crushed and mad at the same time. How could it be? We were on a date. But then I reasoned with myself. Phoebe was my best friend, and it was hard for her to carry it by herself, while Daniel just likes to help people. It's all fine, no reason to worry. Oh, I was so dumb. I was going to help Phoebe and take a few bags, but unfortunately, the 3 of us didn't fit into the elevator. We agreed that I'd wait for the next one. It was hard to let him go with her, even for a minute. But I again gathered myself and criticized myself for my bad thoughts. And what do you think? The elevator broke down, and it wasn't surprising in our damned building. Phoebe and Daniel were stuck in the elevator together, a hot guy and a very beautiful girl, together, stuck in an elevator. Don't the thoughts of what they would do in there come to you naturally? But I stopped these thoughts because you can't judge people because you have a big imagination. I ran to the concierge and we called the repairman. All that was left to do was wait. Ends up, the concierge had access to the camera inside the elevator. Unbelievable. I thought that in our old building, we wouldn't have had this. We began watching them. At first, they just talked, but an hour passed and no one from the repair company came. I asked the concierge to call them again. We were told that the team was sent out, but it was stuck in traffic. How much longer were we to wait? For me, it was really tough. Each minute of their chatting that I couldn't listen to put pressure on me. I decided to call Daniel to talk to him, but his phone was unavailable. There was no service in the elevator. The only thing I could do was watch. It seems Phoebe got hot and she decided to tie her incredible hair. It seemed like even though the low quality camera in the elevator, I could see Daniel's jaw drop from admiration. He came close to her. Then they decided to sit down and Phoebe was in a short dress. She sat in such a cute way, as though she was showing off her legs. They came closer and closer to each other. Daniel made her laugh and she touched him on the shoulder. It was unbearable. I felt like my heart stopped. It was so hurtful to watch them, but I couldn't stop. As I needed to control the situation, Daniel put his hand on Phoebe's knee. He came close to her with his face, about to kiss, and suddenly the light went out. At first, I didn't even understand. Did the light go out or was I blacking out? I pinched myself with all my strength. I hoped it was all just a bad dream. In our damn building, the elevator and light went out together. And all at that moment, my boyfriend and best friend were together in the elevator. I didn't know what they were doing in there for the next hour. Oh, I could only imagine. I went out to the stairwell and called for Daniel, but no one answered me. I sat down on the steps and began weeping. My heart felt off. I heard some noise at the floor below. The repairman had arrived. They opened the elevator door with pure force and Phoebe and Daniel exited. Her dress was crumpled, her lipstick smeared, while his shirt was unbuttoned. When I saw it, I became upset. I yelled at them non-stop, insulting Phoebe and saying bad things to Daniel. In short, it was a show. The repairman enjoyed it quite a bit. Phoebe and Daniel assured me that nothing happened between them, but I knew my friend too long to know when she was lying. In result, Phoebe ran home crying, even leaving her things. Daniel was upset with me and we argued so badly that we broke up. I regret being so harsh with them. Is it possible that nothing happened between them, that I invented it all? I even wanted to apologize to Phoebe. I cooked her favorite macaroons and was going to go over to her. But then I saw Daniel out the window with a bouquet of roses. He came to get back together, I thought. Happy, I ran out to Daniel and jumped to hug him. I had the thought, I knew it. He only loves me. I took the bouquet of roses and kissed him, but he silently took the bouquet from me and said, "Sorry, it's not for you." He went upstairs to Phoebe. My legs collapsed from under me and fell, but he didn't even turn around. My suspicions were confirmed. They started dating. I couldn't stand it and told my parents everything. They understood me well and we moved out. 9 months went by and I could not forget about him. Maybe he finally dumped her, I thought with hope, and I went onto his Facebook page. The first thing I saw was the video of Daniel holding a child. In the video he says, "Thanks to my wife and to that elevator. If not for us getting stuck there, my daughter wouldn't exist right now." Since then, I have been afraid of elevators and I walked up the stairs, even if I need to get to the 30th floor. But most importantly, I am scared of guys and that they'll dump me. I don't even befriend people.